Hello, everyone. My name is Bob Bailey. I'm the MPP for Sarnia-Lambton, and I want to begin by welcoming everyone and thanking you all for joining us on such a hot day in Sarnia-Lambton for today's exciting announcement. I want to extend a special thank you to Kilgore and the Kilgore family of Matt and Ron Gordon specifically, and the entire Kilgore team for hosting us here today. I want to acknowledge the local municipal leaders I know are here today, including Lambton County Warden Kevin Merritt. I think he's taking his wheat off today. I think the agriculture took precedence to this. But I also want to welcome Mayor Jeff Agar from St. Clair Township, the mayor of the city of Sarnia, Mayor Mike Bradley, and of course, Aamjiwnaang First Nation Chief Janelle Nahaban, who is in Ottawa on First Nations business right now. All week I've been watching some of it on TV. So she also sends her regrets on not being able to attend, but I think the minister was speaking to her earlier this morning. Sarnia-Lambton has been at the forefront of discovery and innovation in the energy sector since the very first commercial oil well in the world was dug not far from here in Oil Springs, Ontario in 1861. Today, 165 years later, Sarnia-Lambton is still a leader in providing the energy products that help power our province. The government of Ontario, under the leadership of Premier Ford and, of course, Minister Lecce, recognize the critically important role that Sarnia-Lambton and the 5,000-plus skilled workers in our community will play in building a stronger Ontario. You can't tell Ontario or Canada's energy story without recognizing the significant contribution that Sarnia-Lambton makes each and every day. And it's that history of energy production that has helped our province and nation become the global player that it is today. However, with continued global uncertainty on the horizon, now is the time for our province of Ontario and Sarnia-Lambton to take action to protect our future. Our government has a plan to drive the economic growth, create good-paying jobs, and strengthen Ontario's energy security for generations to come. And I couldn't be more excited than today welcome Minister Lecce to share that information and story with you. Without further ado, please join me in welcoming Ontario's Minister of Energy and Mines, the Honourable Stephen Lecce, to the podium. Minister, always a pleasure, sir.
All right. Well, good morning, everyone. This is going to be the shortest Stephen Lecce speech known to man because of the heat. Probably next time we'll be doing this inside. But thank you all. Thank you, Mayor. Thank you, Bob Bailey, for the welcome. Thank you, Caroline, for your leadership here at Kilgore and the entire family, the Gordon family. Of course, I want to thank all the mayors with us, the Sarnia Chamber of Commerce, everyone who's been a part of the broader ecosystem of standing up for our country. You know, it's not surprising. We are here in a region, Sarnia-Lambton region, where the first commercial oil wells were drilled in this country and on the continent. And it should not be surprising that we are back in the home, in the energy capital of Canada when it comes to petrochemicals and refinery, to take the next step forward, to build the sovereign energy pipelines that will protect our economy. Today, 50% plus of the oil, 100% of the aviation fuels that come into Ontario crisscross through the United States. From Western Canadian crude transported to the east of Canada, it goes through the state of Michigan. A problem that has been well defined in the hearts and minds of Canadians, that we cannot, in good conscience, rely on them for the energy sovereignty, for the reliability that our country and Canadians need now more than ever as demand grows. The fact that the Democratic governor of Michigan, the Republican president of America have one thing in common. They have both used legal authorities to try to upend and undermine our economy. We cannot allow anyone else to have that type of leverage and control over our future, over our economy, over our prosperity as Canadians. And thus, we made the case for a sovereign pipeline, a route that starts and ends in this country, built by and for Canadians. A concept that, yes, you could appeal to the visions of Sir John A. Macdonald when he spoke about building a railway from sea to sea. It's nation building. It requires vision, tenacity, the political capital to do the big things. And in this region, Sarnia Lambton is doing the big things. They punch above their weight. The largest refinery capital in the country is taking hold here. 3 large refineries in this community, 4 across Ontario. We know we have the capacity, the human talent, and the will to scale this ambition, which leads me to the second problem. We are an energy importer of oil, notwithstanding this province, this country, holds the 3rd largest global proven reserves of oil. Half of the oil coming into Ontario, 65% in Quebec, comes from the U.S. We can and we ought to be refining, manufacturing, mining, processing more here at home. It is our Premier's vision for Bob Bailey and I to do more at home, to invest more in home. And that's why we are making the case to scale our production, our refinery capacity, so that Canadian raw bitumen could become processed, refined, fabricated at home for the benefit of Canadian industry, farmers, and families. And so we really believe there's a huge value add opportunity, billions of dollars of gain, if we get this right, to expand this incredible refinery capacity, this hub that serves the nation and most importantly, Ontario. The third problem we're defining today and commitment we want to resolve is that Ontario is, in Canada, is the only G7 nation without a strategic petroleum reserve. And as we speak today, there's ongoing conflict back in the Strait of Hormuz. It is so obvious to Canadians, I think intuitively after the election of President Trump, that we need to have our own supply of energy should, God forbid, energy imports be embargoed. We're looking at roughly 9 to 10 days of supply. It is a strategic imperative that we build the capacity at home for our economy, for our industry, for our defense, and for everyday families that utilize these types of commodities. This is why we're here. We came here because our Premier had the foresight a year ago with Bob, with the Mayor, came in this community to sign a partnership agreement, an MOU that lays out the terms by which we will work together. And I want to speak about the concept of partnerships, both with the municipality and the local First Nation. Everything we do will be done in partnership. Everything we have done to date at scale has been done in partnership. I think about the small modular reactor fleet we are leading, the first in the Western world we're building here at home. 19,000 jobs, $40 billion gain. A project that now has the full First Nation participation, equity ownership, a progressive model, the first time they've ever bought in to a nuclear generation project. My point to you, colleagues, is we can work together in the national interest. We can move fast. We can work together. And I think Canadians demand of it. And so our commitment to the community, to the families, to the First Nations, to industry, to the Chamber, to your Mayor and to your hardworking MPP is we will work together to move this project forward, to complete the study at the end of this calendar year, and to get on with nation building through a meaningful dialogue of partnership, but ultimately moving beyond the talk to getting things done for Canada. Our children and our grandchildren will depend on our ability to collaborate, to think, and to act. And that's why we're here. Part of this commitment in Sarnia to affirm to you today, we mean business. And we've got a serious plan to build and scale our investments. Obviously, our commitment is affordability, and having a sovereign pipeline can support lower energy costs for everyday families. And I just will say to those in the Sarnia-Lambton region and across Ontario, there's a reason why our Premier committed to reducing the gas tax by 10 cents. On a week when gas is expected to rise because of global conflict, our Premier, our government cut the gas tax, a permanent reduction of 10 cents per litre. We made a commitment to launch Canada's largest energy efficiency program, a $10.9 billion savings, putting money back in your pockets to improve the energy efficiency of your homes. Meaningful investments we're making to save you money. Now, I've already violated my short speech principle, so I will conclude there. But I will thank you all for being with us today. It's really meaningful to be back in Sarnia to unveil a vision of partnership, of nation building, of sovereignty. And it starts here in this community, not surprisingly, where it all began, where the first commercial oil well was drilled. And we are fully committed to this project. We're fully committed to partnership. and we're fully committed to working with industry to get the Northern Shield unveiled and built for the benefit of Canada. So I want to thank you all. I want to thank the supply chain that's been absolutely leading edge. And the team at Kelgore is doing amazing work, punching above their weight, exporting to critical regions of the country and the world as we build a sovereign energy project, a pipeline for our future generations. So will you welcome Caroline, who's the general manager here at Kelgore, part of the leadership team who's making it all happen. Thank you so very much for allowing us today. Thanks so much.
Good morning, everyone. Minister, MPP Bailey, mayors, honoured guests, and the men and women of Kelgore. My name is Caroline. On behalf of everyone at Kelgore, I'm delighted to welcome you all here today. Special thanks to the Minister for joining us to share this good news about the Northern Shield Energy Corridor. Kelgore has called Sarnia Lambton home since 1969. For more than 5 decades, Kelgore has built, maintained, and grown alongside this community through every cycle, every turnaround, every challenge this industry has thrown at us. And the reason we're still standing here, stronger than ever, comes down to one thing: our people. Kelgore employs over 600 skilled tradespeople across 10 trades. And I can proudly say we work with the best trade and unions workers in the country. Their skill, their professionalism, and the pride our workers bring to every job is second to none. When people talk about Sarnia being the heart of Canada's refining and petrochemical industry, what they're really talking about is the skill of the workforce that keeps it running. Last week, the route was unveiled out west, a sovereign pipeline from Hardisty, Alberta. Today, Minister, you've brought that announcement home to where the pipeline ends right here in Sarnia. This is the kind of announcement that Sarnia has been waiting a long time to hear. Because let's be honest about what an announcement like this actually means. A project this size means work, real work and lots of it. Fabrication, construction, maintenance. It means opportunities for apprentices to get their start, for journey people to build their careers, and for companies across this region to hire and invest right here at home in Ontario. There's work ahead to take this proposal to pipeline, but the opportunity in front of us is real and it's big. And here's the thing, the benefit of a project like this doesn't stop at one company's fence line. Good, steady work supports families. Every paycheck earned on a project like this gets spent back at local businesses, local restaurants, local rinks and ball diamonds. Every year of steady work means young people can build their futures here instead of leaving to find opportunities elsewhere. That's what this announcement really means. It's not just jobs, it's families, and it's the communities where we work and where we live. Beyond our own backyard, it's about something bigger. It's about Canadians building Canada, securing our own energy future with Canadian steel, Canadian energy, and Canadian hands doing the work. Sarnia has always been ready to do its part in that story, and today confirms the country knows it. Minister Lecce, thank you for bringing this announcement here, to our facility and to our people. MPP Bailey, thank you for everything you do for Sarnia Lambton. You have never stopped fighting for the workers of this community, and it shows. To our workers, when this work comes, it will be built on skill, on safety, and on pride in a job done right. And nobody is better prepared to deliver it than the men and women in this region. You prove that every single day. Kelgore is ready, Sarnia Lambton is ready. Let's build this. Thank you.
Hell yeah.
And it's my honour to introduce Sarnia Mayor Mike Bradley.
I got your instructions.
Yes, thank you. And then just permit me a second here.
I may take one too.
Yours is right there. So
Okay, thank you.
yeah, we're gonna move these inside.
Okay. Well, the minister gave me notice that I was keep this very short, and I will do that. The fact is, this is about nation building. That's what this is all about. And for too long in this country, we haven't dreamed the big dreams. And the minister referred to how we were united by rail over 100 years ago. That ribbon of steel right across this country. This is what this is. We've got the skilled workforce, an incredible workforce. We've got the determination to make this happen. That is the key on this. I've seen the doubts in the national media about the pipeline. So be it. We can make this happen. This community built Polysar in 18 months, 2 rail tunnels in record time, the bridges. We know how to do this, and we know how to do it on time and on budget. So that's what I see happening here. And what I really like, Mr. Minister, finally, after being the mayor of this community for many years, we're having an adult discussion about this industry and treating it with the respect it deserves. It produces wealth for every other part of this country. And that's what this is about today. Nation building. 30 years ago, 40 years ago, Alberta was cutting off, or threatening to, the oil supply to Sarnia. Those days are gone. We have 2 provinces working together to build a better nation. And I just want to close by saying this. This is not just about today. This is about the fact, to those building trade representatives here today, it's for your sons and daughters. It will give them the opportunity that you had in this city to have good lives, good paying jobs, and a long-term future. So I go back to my closing by saying, let's dream some big dreams for this country, and the political will is here to do it, and we can make it happen. Thank you. Still going on. I'm sorry, Steve, I forgot to introduce you.
It's all right. I'm Steve Crozier from the Chamber of Commerce. Good morning. I just want to start by saying the Sarnia Lambton Chamber of Commerce stands in proud support of the proposed Northern Shield Energy Corridor. When they talk about moving up to 800,000 barrels of Alberta crude east, the conversation naturally turns to where that energy lands. The logical answer? It's right here. Sarnia isn't just a destination on a map. It's the absolute heartbeat of Ontario's petrochemical and refining sector. We don't need to spend decades building a hub from scratch. Our existing world-class refining infrastructure is already in place, ready to scale, and uniquely capable of anchoring this massive project. But infrastructure is only as good as the people who run it. Sarnia's true competitive advantage is our highly skilled workforce, the unmatched network of local suppliers who support the companies that refine the oil, our specialized trades, engineers, industrial service providers, representatives of generations of built-in expertise. We know how to handle, refine, transport energy safely, efficiently, and responsibly. Most importantly, Northern Shield will be a fully Canadian project to be built with Canadian steel by Canadian workers entirely within Canada. For far too long, our economic security has been tied to foreign transit routes. By creating an all-Canadian corridor, they are protecting Canadian interests, securing energy sovereignty, and keeping thousands of good paying jobs right here at home. Sarnia Lambton has the infrastructure. We have the world-class companies, and we have the skilled workforce. We are ready, willing, and more than capable of being a much bigger part of Canada's energy future. Thank you. I'll turn it back over to the Minister.
That will conclude our press conference. Thank you, everyone, for joining.